All right, I think I'm burping less. I just want to make comments about that. So I've cut back on the milk. I haven't really consumed milk in a few days now, and I'm burping less. So the burping seems to be a direct cause of that milk that I've been consuming. Now people have suggested that I consume other things like apple cider vinegar, and this is like this is various like comments, Instagram, TikTok, the TikTok doctors. But you do other things. You take in more of other things to deal with the burping issue. Oh, good morning, Zep. I'm talking about my burping. I'm suffering less, and it's about it's about cutting back on the things that could probably be triggering the burping, not so much continuing to take those things and then trying to add other things that cause problems. Because I want to do a elimination diet first to try to control my burping first before I start taking in apple cider vinegar or digestive enzymes. I've had bad issues with with vinegars in general. Putting vinegars on salad. When I was in jail, I had extra helpings of salad that had that vinegar with it, and I had an upset stomach. The acid hurts my stomach. It's no fun. It's not about eliminating, or it's not about consuming more of an acid. It's about eliminating the things that are causing the burping issues. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying new things, eliminating that milk. Milk is the primary problem for my burping. Very specific right now. It's causing a burping disorder where I burp extra too much. And I seem to be taking care of that. Powdered whole milk seems to have good whole what? There's a powdered whole milk? I've never heard of that. So they always take out the fat for the powdered stuff. I'm done with powdered milk. No way. So I'm doing more yogurt now. Whatever I can find for yogurts. I want a little fat in my yogurt. And I'm at this fancy grocery store where I got this they say whole milk, and it doesn't taste like whole milk. It tastes like they took the fat right out. I think they're lying. But one thing, milk, that's my problem. I think I'm still burping. There's still a little problem with that, so there's still something else I got to monitor. I'm on a monitor phase. I'm trying new things, and I'm not happy with this. All right, this rice. I mixed this 10-minute cooking rice with the 10-minute cooking barley together and ate a big pot of it yesterday. All right, a couple problems developed from that. I ate them with eggs, and I ate a lot of them. And I felt comfortable. Let me start with the egg problem first. I felt comfortable having those eggs with the yolk, all right? I thought, okay, maybe the rice and barley tastes good. It actually tastes kind of good by itself. Maybe I can have the yolks with those. Well, I ate all the yolks. 6 eggs, 6 yolks. I went to take a nap yesterday and woke up with a heart issue again. Left side struggling. That's a yolk problem. I made a mistake. I can't handle too much yolk in a short period of time. It messes with me so bad. I want foods that I could eat as much as I feel like without worrying about terrible repercussions afterward. And egg yolks are a big problem with that. I should have cut the yolks in half. I got stupid and ate the yolks with the barley and the rice. That was that problem with the heart. Too much yolks in a short period of time cause direct heart issues for me. Every time, no matter what I eat them with. There's nothing I could eat a yolk with that's going to make that any better. The yolk finds a way to mess with my heart. But I mean, I got through it. It beat a little faster. Felt like it's struggling a little bit. It's kind of like it kind of almost reminds me of when I consumed wild yam root. Wild yam root shuts down my heart. It's the weirdest thing. Early on, when I was taking wild yam root just for recreational purposes, primarily for the testosterone-energetic effects, I was not really experiencing problems with my heart so much as my throat. It felt very dry in my throat. But towards the end of my wild yam experimentations of shutting down my heart, well, egg yolks shut down my heart. All right, but I mean, egg yolks don't have the phytochemicals. It felt slightly different, of course. Egg yolks effect on my heart compared to wild yam effect on my heart feels different. But it's still it causes concern. All right, a sense of danger. A fast beating heart feels a little struggle. No pain, no numbness in the arm, whatever. It's mild, and I feel it, and I don't like it. And that was just one of the problems I had. Another one is this rice. This rice is poison. I was all numb. My brain shut down a little bit after having all that rice. I know it wasn't the barley. I know it was the rice. The rice actually made the barley taste good. I could actually eat the whole pot by itself. All right. The rice tastes good. This rice, and it was slightly undercooked. It tasted good. But the how it affected me, I didn't like. So I can't be consuming it. I mean, regardless if it tasting good or not, barley doesn't taste. This barley doesn't taste. This type of barley doesn't taste so good by itself. All right, I love the barley that was like crinkled, the crinkled and flattened barley. It's a different kind of barley. I could have cereals of it, and I loved it, but it's rarely sold. It must be hard to grow. This is the more predominant barley, and it's a bad tasting barley. But it's barley, and I want to get barley in my system because it's supposed to stimulate lymphatic drainage and all of that. So I consumed a little different yesterday, and I didn't like the effects. So less egg yolks, less rice. I did a half and half with the rice and the barley. Maybe just only a fraction of the rice and barley. They got 10-minute cook times. I mean, this isn't like cooking oats and eating oats. I could cook this whole thing of oats with some raisins, cook them together, and eat them, and everything's fine. It feels good. I like the taste. I could eat them by itself. No milk needed, nothing else added, just by themselves. It's like oatmeal raisin cookies. I cooked that, and it tastes good. That's a good grain. The corn is a good grain by itself. I could consume corn by itself. It's a good grain. But there's some grains that are okay. Yeah. There's some grains that just are not so good by themselves. Garlic is supposedly good for, well, garlic I'm having trouble with. I can handle onions better than garlic. Onions are easier to deal with than garlic. Garlic's so powerful, it's hard to deal with the pain that it causes the stomach. You got to take that in measured doses. That garlic has to be measured. I gotta give the burping issue more days though. My burping has reduced. I've noticed that. Just cutting out milk. But I gotta give it more time. Another problem is the tightening of the fusions of my spine. I'm noticing that I can pop my neck a lot with this strap right here. Alright, that was only one pop. I usually hold it longer. But I'll just pop the neck every so often when I can't breathe, because I'm sitting here all the time in my car. This is car life health news, and I'm sitting here and my spine, it fuses in weird ways. So I pop it back into a better place with the strap, and that helps. I notice when I have trouble breathing, some of that falls back on my spine misaligning from sitting so much. But also it could be the stomach too. It's not just the spine. I straighten out my spine, and then I have to straighten out the stomach. It's two places, both sides, that I got to work on for that. But you know, it's not so easy when it's raining out. Gotta make do, and I can lay on my stomach a little bit for some relief. So that's the report so far. Burping is a big concern because it got so bad that I couldn't even burp. The burping got so bad that there was moments where I had to burp and I couldn't. And now I think that every time I need to burp, I'm able to burp. When I get to the point where I need to burp and I can't burp, then that's a spiral downward. All right, so I need to get to the point where if I need to burp, I can burp, and then reduce the burpings after that. And milk seems to be a primary antagonizer. I don't think the yogurt's antagonizing, so I'm gonna turn to various yogurts with a little fat in them. I'm gonna still eat as much as I feel like. I'm at this really fancy grocery store that sells crushed peanuts. They have a peanut crushing machine. So that's it. I guess that's all I have to say. I'm continuing with my stick exercises. I love them. I love the stick exercises, the squatting, both front and back. Love it. I mean, I made videos about it. It's really, and when I'm in tight positions, like this, I don't drink soda, that's for sure. Tight positions where I'm you know, stuck in a parking lot that's kind of busy. I can still every so often pull out my 5-foot sticks, raise the fulcrum by using my car, and get a little rewarding exercise. But I do enjoy the 7-footers on the ground too a lot, but they're a little bit more of a hassle. All right, they stick out pretty far. They're not easy to get in and out. They're gonna be a display for people to try to call the cops on me with. And if the cops are called on me about my sticks, if I have my 7-footers out, it's a hassle to get them back in when he says, "Oh, you got to leave. You know, you're being trespassed from the area." It's a hassle to put those 7-foot back in, and I don't want to be caught with them out by a cop then who turns around and tells me I'm trespassed. So that's annoying. So I use the 7-footers on a limited basis because of potential social, I call them social issues, because it's not just cops, it's just people who don't like to see other people exercising in public. It's weird to them. It's like somebody tripping out on a drug. People find that motivation to exercise by themselves are probably compared to people who are tripping out on drugs. So it's something I just keep to myself. Try to privatize it. Find isolated areas to take care of my exercise needs. And it's always lacking. I'm really seeing how weak my legs are. I'm constantly, every day, I'm trying to remind myself how weak my legs are. Carbonated flavor, no sugar works. No sugar, artificial, no extract sugars, no carbonation, nothing in a can. Don't get any of that. I know maybe, recorded this sign that's not even put up yet. It's a new sign sitting on the ground at this local baseball park. And guess who paid for it? Coca-Cola and like Gatorade or Powerade. Two terrible sugary drinks. They got their logos underneath or above the scoreboard. Above the scoreboard. Just for the extra. There's scoreboards where they'll have their advertisements below the score, but these guys made sure that their advertisement is above the score, because that's how you look, right? You look top down. So they these advertisers study that, and they say, oh, we want our advertisement above the score. So yeah, I don't care what Coca-Cola sponsors. I'm not supporting it. That's why I turned down a lot of work. I don't want to work anywhere that distributes these sugar extracts, sugar substitutes, just the highly processed anything that's got an extract in it, which pretty much is going to be called a highly processed product. I don't support that. And I hope I don't have any ads on my YouTubes that advertise these highly processed sugar extracts, like filled products that people turn to as addicts. It's not something I support. So when it comes to carbonation, I don't deal with it. Did our pioneer ancestors deal with carbonation? The closest that I've gotten to with understanding how pioneers were consuming carbonation was in Mountain View, Colorado, Montauk, Colorado. I'm not going to look it up. West of Colorado Springs. And you walk around the city and they got this carbonated water the effervescent water was coming out of the taps, and I don't think it was natural completely, but there was a carbonated type of water, apparently a natural carbonated water coming out of the springs. Imagine that, having that together like that. That's rare. So it becomes popular. It becomes the carbonated effervescent springs of Montauk, Colorado, became a lot more popular than the sulfur springs, just 100 miles away. The sulfur springs you're allowed to visit for free, and there's nobody that walks around them. And the carbonated springs are a lot more popular. It's in an affluent area. Parking is really hard to find, but I was able to find it, and even spend the night, at least one night, to check it out. But when it comes in a can like that forced extract, no thank you. And I don't care to talk about that in any way on this channel. I don't support that. Everything in this car is Whole Foods. Everything dangling from my roof is Whole Foods here. So that's what I deal with. Well, okay. Whole Foods or separated mechanically. Carbonation mountain will explode. Wheat germ is an extract, but it's a mechanical extract as far as I know. I don't believe it's a chemical extract. All right, the wheat is broken down in 3 pieces, so I gotta buy them all separate. I got the wheat bran, the wheat germ, and the wheat whatever the main part, the flour. I'm not a big fan of, I'm not thrilled about it, but these oats cook fast when they're separated from the bran and flattened. Can you flatten them with the bran? I don't know how that works. They flatten by themselves, and then I gotta buy the bran separate. Actually, I gotta go to the store and look for some bran. I love that oat bran. Wheat bran is just not nearly as good as oat bran for taste. And I'm at a fancy grocery store. These are things I need to be looking for, because I don't hit a lot of fancy Walmart never sells oat bran. So I was getting bad with burping for the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, that's it, no more milk. Let's see what this does. And things are not getting so bad. They're getting better. So I'm working on improvements there. So I just need to keep monitoring it. Can I make more improvements? I hope so. This burping can get out of hand.